Can we see the background? We see
Looks
trees.
Like you need to move it this way.
I think I can't tell where the mountains are. Where are they?
It doesn't matter.
Where are those mountains?
Those are nice clouds.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Can you see us? Can you hear
Anybody
us?
here?
We're trying outside, so let us know if you can hear all right.
I can't see you, but that's okay.
Well,
I don't need to see you. I see you all the time. Did I just see a bug fly by?
You did. All right, there's me.
My eyes are burning. The sun is in my eyes.
LOL. Oh, Mom, it didn't work. Oh, no, it did work. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I told Mom that she could do the @ thing to highlight somebody's name, but it only lights up for him.
Are there ants down there crawling around?
Hey, everybody. Again, let us know. Somebody let me know if you can hear us all right, because we're outside, so hopefully the sound is okay.
We decided to go outside because it's warm inside.
Well, I was doing it for the scenery, hopefully, but it's a little cloudy, and I'm not sure how much of the mountains you can see behind us.
I just wanted to switch it up a little bit.
Mom, can you hear us okay?
Mom.
Hopefully the wind won't blow too much. All right, Mom says sounds good. All right, great. Hopefully it won't get windy. So we're a little early. We jumped on a couple minutes early to make sure the sound was all right.
What time it is?
It's 5:58.
Oh, that's 2 minutes.
Yes, says Mom.
Yes. Remember when Tim used
Hello,
to say
Alan.
Mason.
And Jennifer and Leo. Welcome, guys.
Hi, guys. I can't see the thing at all.
Pam will be able to see the screen even less than usual, which is
I see the yes. So if everybody can put everything in all caps.
I can even will it help if I make this bigger, or will that not even matter?
Well, I don't have to see.
I just made it a little bigger. How's that look? How's that?
Yeah. I see. Okay. Sounds good. Howdy. Alan said howdy.
Prices. Craig's on there. Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig and Nikki.
Leo liked the photo. Yeah, we just thought of that out of the blue today, and we didn't go crazy to try and reproduce it, but we had a pitchfork sitting around, so
it was just sitting there, and I came up with that.
Pam came up with it. At least I think no. Pam grabbed a hoe.
Oh, first I grabbed
and then I grabbed the pitchfork.
You grabbed it.
Omega Royal, welcome.
Hello. What does that say? Cubicle?
Where? The last one?
Right
it
there.
Says outside.
Oh.
Wow.
It looks like cubicle from here.
Craig, I thought, oh, Mom's got a photo on hers now. Mom, you have a photo on your little deal there that I don't think you had before. I told Mom about the @ symbol today, Craig, so she's using that. Mom asked me why there was a wrench next to her name. She didn't know, so I told her about the whole moderator thing.
So what happens if she puts an @ next to Craig?
Well, she did.
I know, but what does that do?
When you do the @ sign for the person you're talking to on their screen, their name will be highlighted. So it jumps out for them. It doesn't do it for everybody else, but it does it for that person.
I've seen people do it, but I didn't know.
So Mom's getting computer savvy here.
I got my I dyed my roots today.
Pam did her hair today.
I took a shower. I'm freshly showered.
I'm back to almost normal post haircut length.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I'm getting back. The sides are gonna get shaggy here, but the top is getting back to where it should be. So we'll dive into some stuff here, but we've got 9 people. I don't know when.
Brian says he's gonna let me do all the talking.
Well, I thought Pam said she was tired already, so I said if I made her talk the whole time, maybe she'd stay awake. And I said while she talks, I'm gonna nod off.
I'll probably put myself to sleep.
Craig and Nikki are both on here separately. Hi, Nikki.
Hey, are you sure there's no ants down there?
I'm not sure there are no ants.
Not sure.
You know, we live out in the country, right?
I didn't know.
There might be ants.
I didn't know.
Oh boy, Mom's making jokes now.
What'd she say?
I thought I put a monkey wrench into the whole thing.
A monkey wrench.
Who's that? Johnny Carson out there? What's going on?
That's a good one. I'm already I'm in my pajamas already, so I'm ready for bed.
Pam's got her house coat on.
My house dress.
Of course, these are my pajamas too, probably. I don't know. Whatever. My pajamas are whatever I'm wearing when it's bedtime.
We need to wash our bedspread. Where our washer isn't big enough to accommodate our bedspread. Yeah. So I scoot across the bottom of it, and there's a big dirt streak.
We did some laundry this week in our little washing machine, which we don't do too often. It's not too hard to do, like socks and underwear and t-shirts and whatnot. So we did a good bit of that, but we can't really do a big bedspread.
We can't accommodate big loads.
Yeah, the bedspread gets a little beat up after a while, especially since we're dirty all the time. So
yeah, we're dirty.
And since the bedspread is our couch, that makes it tough. So
the bed is our couch. So
yeah, Craig, we're trying outside.
The bed is our living room.
Hopefully the wind won't kick up too bad. It's fairly calm right now, so hopefully the sound will be good.
Did I feel a raindrop, or did you spit on me?
Not. Hopefully I spit on you. There are clouds.
I hope you spit on me.
There are clouds, obviously, but they don't look like angry clouds.
Angry crowds.
Angry crowds.
There could be an angry mom.
So, all right, what's new? So, oh boy.
I wish I had a brewski right now.
Mom says great Karnak.
No.
Mom's doing Karnak. All right. So, what happened this week?
Let me tell.
Yeah, go ahead. What did we do this week?
Water catchment video. I know he worked on that for like 2 months.
Well, it just sat around for a long time, I'll admit.
It sat around a long time. What else?
Hopefully they know we did a video.
It had something to do with trusses. He's been doing the math.
It had something to do with trusses.
He's been doing the math on the trusses.
Well,
and he has to get a quote from Trust People.
Trust People.
The Trust People.
That's what you Google. Trust People.
TRUST. The Trust People. No, it's Trust. I know.
Was I doing math?
TRUSS. I don't know.
So I
did. Were throwing out numbers.
Your dad likes the Green Acres. Green Acre. Oh, I guess Green Acres did
guys.
Do that.
Hey, Tom.
I guess Green Acres did also, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
They were mimicking the original, which is American Gothic, which somebody did comment on the post I put out. So
something's blowing my eyeball.
Oh boy. So
I might run off during. During this.
I was drawing a bunch and trying to kind of write up a description of our building for the Trust People, so that we could ask for a quote, because I don't have a drawing program. Well, first of all, one of the first questions that Trust folks ask when you ask for a quote is either engineering or architectural drawings. Well, I don't have that. So I did do a drawing in SketchUp. And when I called the Trust folks, I asked them if they, sadly, none of them even really knew what SketchUp was. So what I ended up doing was I drew it in SketchUp the best I could, and I took some screenshots of it. So I included that in an email, and I also, because I did it as screenshots, they wouldn't actually be able to use the program and see like measurements and things. So I did a write-up that tried to describe everything and give all the dimensions of everything and the distances and heights and whatnot. So I worked on that for quite a while to try and get something together that when I sent them, they'd actually know what I was talking about. So
and he got a compliment.
Yeah. So I sent it to 3 companies. They're and I had called them all. I called them all late last week, actually, just to verify kind of what their lead times were in general. And we've talked about this a little bit before, but lead time is a common term for how long it will take for something to be delivered.
Look, that mountain's really pretty.
Oh boy, squirrel. So
the mountains look really pretty this time. We should have turned that way.
Anyway,
anywho,
where was I?
They gave you a compliment.
3 companies. So the one was Southwest Trust, which is down in Sierra Vista, which is the one we would have liked to have used. It has a lot of good kind of. Hello, Melissa and Taylor. It has a lot of good reviews from people Melissa we know. Taylor. People have used them and people have recommended them. But they're 12 weeks roughly out with their trusses, which is crazy. The other 2 are in Tucson, and they both at least claimed over the phone to be able to do this in 4 to 6 weeks. So I sent that out. Maybe it was just yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, because it took me a while to get all the information together and get it written in a way. I did talk to some of them on the phone, so it wasn't just totally cold. I asked some questions. And so, yeah, the first company, the Southwest Trust Company, actually, which unfortunately I think is unlikely that we order from because of the lead time. The guy, he responded to me really quickly, probably within an hour, on email, and he said, so in my messages I sent them, I tried to make it clear that I wasn't necessarily a professional, and I was doing my best to describe this all, and I had a couple of questions, and if I had an assumption, I kind of said, I'm assuming this or whatever, right, during the write-up. And the guy said, you gave us great information. He said, you should see some of the things we get. I'll bet they're really bad. And he said, all your assumptions are correct. And he just asked me like 2 questions about the height difference that I was talking about, because I tried to describe what I was doing. And something else about the ends having extra kind of, overhang on the sides. So other than that, he said everything was good. And so we went back and forth once or twice, kind of just confirming some of that. And then he actually sent me a quote. So that's the one company. They got back same day with a quote.
Was that Southwest?
Again, unfortunately, yes. I think the one that we are least likely to order from, probably.
12
but they
weeks
did get
out
us a quote. And unfortunately, the problem with the quote is, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of a quote, is, on the quote, it says, these will be delivered about 12 weeks from the time you agree.
And the price
and
may
it says,
or may not.
we will recompute the price based on the current price of lumber when we're a week out from actually manufacturing your truss. So the number they gave us is pretty much meaningless. But it did put me in a ballpark that I'm hoping to expect something similar from the others. And I'm hopeful that if the others truly are a 4 to 6 week lead time, I'm hoping that when they give me a price, they'll say this price is good for 4 weeks or whatever, until they would deliver it. So
can I
hope that's true.
Yeah. I would like to say that that's not a good way to do business.
It is not. It is not.
Because if you tell someone, if someone's going to order something and you tell them a price, you should honor that price that you gave them, not 12 weeks later say, hey, sorry, now the price is this. Buy the materials when you make the order. It's
a shame, because they've been very helpful. They've been very, they're easy to talk to. They're easy, all that. But, and I understand that you can get behind, but what bothers me about it is, it's not my fault that it takes you 12 weeks to put these things out.
That's right.
And, their claim in the thing is, or when they tell you over the phone, they say, well, lumber prices are going to change. And I would say, well, what if I agreed today that I want them? Well, go buy the lumber. If I write you a check, go buy the lumber today. So the lumber prices are not an issue.
They're too busy.
And also, if you can't make them for 12 weeks, well, then that's your fault that you're backed up that far.
Is that
Hire more employees
Warren?
And put them out faster.
Is that Warren?
That is Warren. Everything is like that now, guys. Yeah, I know. Hey, Warren.
That's
so yeah, it's unfortunate. I do understand that things are difficult right now. I understand that they're backed up, but I don't like the fact that they want to just kind of put that all on the customer and say, basically, I'll give you a quote, and that quote is meaningless in terms of numbers. I think that kind of stinks. But but they did give us a number. It is in a ballpark that I can live with. Obviously, everything's a little more expensive right now than it should be.
Are we saying?
But it's in the I think it was $4,400.
Yeah.
Which I can totally live with. It's probably more than it should be under normal circumstances.
Hi, David.
Have you considered using steel trusses with wood purlins? I have not. And I'll admit I haven't gone out of my way, I guess, to check out alternatives. I mean, I did look at TJI's. I did talk about kind of doing our own
trusses.
Ooh. Yeah, I have no idea what that would take. I have no idea what that would cost. I don't know anything about them, unfortunately. It's a quote based on future prices. Well, unfortunately, the quote they gave me was based on today's prices, and they told you that they wouldn't give you the real number until later. Anyway, the point is, so that was encouraging that he got right back to me. It meant that the information I gave him made sense. It meant that I wasn't crazy. It meant that they could build what I asked them to build. That's all encouraging. And like I said, he asked me a couple of questions, and that helped me learn a few things too. So I am hopeful that these other 2 companies that I sent the request off to as well, and I haven't heard back yet, I'm hopeful that they'll be able to give me something back that makes sense, that they'll be able to make sense out of what I asked for. And if they truly can do the 4 to 6 weeks like they're claiming, I'm hopeful that they'll be able to hold whatever price they quote me. And I also am hopeful that their price will be in the ballpark, because again, I think I can live with that price, but...
Does that say JJ?
How much would you, so Craig said, how much would it cost if you just used 2x12 rafters? I don't think I priced 2x12. When we talked a couple of weeks ago, when I first got the news of kind of the lead time on the trusses from Southwest Truss, I did look into a cost for, I probably went 2x10s to kind of build it kind of like the carport, to kind of do a post and beam kind of thing, to actually add beams around the edge of the house, around the perimeter, and to put a beam kind of across the middle and have those rafters meet in the middle. I did do a little price comparison there, and it was a few grand. It obviously would be cheaper, but as Craig and I talked about, there might be a lot of other things that come up down the road if I try to go that different direction that could be a little scary. So the problem is I can't physically span that distance without doing something kind of different, right? Like putting a post in the middle of the room and putting a beam across that, and that then starts to change all kinds of other things. So
are you reading the comments at all? Because I can't really see them.
Warren says steel is up too. Yeah, I'll admit I hadn't looked into steel. Warren says even boats, the Bass Pro catalog came out, the tracker was 12,000. Now they're 18,000 and you can't get one. So yeah, I understand that everything is that way. So like I said, what I took out of this was I used the back and forth with the people at Southwest Truss as hopefully a learning experience for me. I learned a little bit. Hopefully it means I gave decent information.
Big giant fly.
Hopefully it means this is doable. And I now just have to cross my fingers that these other two companies can come back with something reasonable.
Did you call them? I can't even remember.
No, I thought I'd give them a couple days. I just sent it yesterday. I thought if I went 2-3 days and didn't hear anything from these companies.
But you did send it.
I did send it.
Okay.
I'll probably call. And the one lady knew. I talked to the one lady on the phone beforehand describing the project, and she said she tried a little bit to answer some of my questions, but she also said, you just have to send me your information and your pictures, and I'll see if I can do it. And if I can't, I'll let you know, or we'll talk about it. So she didn't answer a lot over the phone. And I guess I understand that it's hard to do that without the stuff in front of you. But I was trying to ask some questions so that I didn't send her something that didn't make sense. So she knew it was coming, I guess, is the point. So if I go maybe 3 days and they don't say a word, either of these other two companies, I'll probably call them up and say, did you get it? Does it make sense? And we'll go from there. But all I can do really now, Desert Living Homestead, Pedro, welcome guys.
Hello.
All I can do right now is cross my fingers and hope these other two companies come back with something that's reasonable, something that we think is a reasonable price, and hopefully they can give us a better time frame. So, I mean, they claim to be able to do it faster, but I have no idea what kind of price number they're going to come back with. So, we're just hoping right now. So other than that, so it took me a while to get together the information, the drawing, and a write-up to kind of make that all make sense to them, hopefully. And the next step now is to kind of take that same drawing. So I did this all in SketchUp. I may do a video at some point of walking through that SketchUp because it's the first time I've tried to really draw the house from the outside. I've drawn the house on kind of a plan on the inside. I kind of need to put the two together now because the next step is to place and size doors and windows. Now we've been thinking about that for a while, but we haven't put specifics to it, which is what we need to do to be able to put the window and door bucks in place on the, you can see over there,
behind me. Right?
You can see the actual sill plate behind us. So that's our next step, is to put the window and door bucks up on the sill plate before we can stack bales. So, so that's the next step, is to get into that drawing, and I'll try and put together my kind of exterior drawing and my interior drawing of the layout of the rooms. I'll try and put those both together and start putting in some windows. And really what I'm going to try and do there is just try and keep it sort of as, I don't want to say generic, but as standard as possible when it comes to windows, so that, because I've said before, I don't have to have the windows in hand to be able to build. I just have to know kind of what a rough in for a window is. So I'm going to try and keep the measurements as standard as possible so that it will be easiest to find those windows. Now I will pick out kind of a set of windows, but if something should happen to change or whatever, I want them to be as standard as possible.
What
is let's take a look at a couple of comments. So David says, you can set steel trusses every 5 feet. Of course, the cost of lumber for the purlins is as high as everything else, right? So you'd still need lumber for purlins. And David says a 24-foot steel truss is around $400. Of course, wood trusses are easy to work with if you've never worked with steel. I think you're going to have to bite the truss bullet. I agree with you. I think I am too. Like I said, the one quote we got back is, I don't know whether to say reasonable or not, because everything is a little unreasonable at the moment, but it was a number that didn't drop me on the floor, right? I mean, it was funny when we got the email. So we got the email back from them and it said, you have a quote, included here. And it, if anybody's seen, it's a little PDF, right? So I can't see anything when I open up the email. I don't see the number or whatever. So Pam and I sat in front of the computer and I double clicked and opened this file. And I literally was just praying in my head, don't be $10,000 or something. So,
well, it might be in 12 weeks.
That's the problem with this quote is it could easily be double that number in 12 weeks. So that's kind of the reason I think I'm going to have a really hard time going with Southwest Trust.
What did that, your mom said something?
So my mom says, are those dark clouds over your shoulder? Sherry said you never had those. They're a little dark. They don't look like nasty rain clouds.
Over there, that one's pretty dark.
But I don't actually think it's going to rain.
It's not.
If those things missed a little bit, it might not even make it to the ground. But this is a cloudy day for us. It's actually cooler. So that's kind of nice. If it weren't this cloudy, it'd probably be a little warmer.
It's a little warm.
And it actually keeps it warm overnight as opposed to being cold overnight. Hi, guys. We in Tucson. Oh, Pedro's in Tucson. Congratulations.
Oh,
y'all get out here. So, yeah, Warren says, that's what I thought. So Warren's been through this process. Warren's been through this process. He ordered trusses or started the process, I guess. And, yeah, it sounds like when he first got his first estimate, it was $2,400. Then they priced them again later at $3,600, and then right before I think they were probably about to build them, they priced them at $5,000. So it doubled.
That's terrible.
So I can't put a whole lot of weight on that
hopefully process
that quote that they sent me, unfortunately. So if they came back, wow, big jump. Yeah, sure. Lumber commodities have been falling. Hopefully prices will fall. Yeah. I mean, I see things on YouTube all the time. People talking about here's why I think prices are going to drop, and maybe they will, and maybe they won't.
I hope they're right.
I hope they're right.
What does that say? How to
lock in lumber price. Buy $5,000 worth of 12-week lumber futures on the commodity markets. Yeah. Sure. It's just like, beef and cattle. It's
what if you go buy the materials for the trusses and then you take it in?
I understand.
And they use the lumber that you bought. And then they can't complain about the price.
So if the number from I delayed my order going to wait till after monsoon. Yeah. So hopefully the prices do drop. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. So a couple things. Number one,
it's itchy out here.
Great. So
great.
So Southwest Trust gave me a quote of $4,400. I say that's a number I can live with at the moment. Whatever. But here's the problem. We know that number could be double that in 12 weeks, right? So if these other companies come back, I'm trying to prepare myself. If these other companies come back with 5,000, 6,000, whatever, but they can hold that number, I'd probably have to go. And I mean, we can talk about this all day long, but the reality is I'm probably just going to have to bite the bullet and go for the trusses. I mean, there are ways we could try and work around this, but they introduce a whole lot of question marks all over the place. So I don't know if it's a great idea. So we're probably just going to push forward. I'm just trying to prepare myself for how high from these other companies can I accept if they actually agree to hold their price. So I'd be willing to pay more than this last quote I got if they can guarantee the price, because I know this last one probably can't. Now, maybe lumber prices go down. That'd be great. Keep in mind, even after these trusses, it's not like this is the only wood I have to buy. We're going to have to buy some wood soon for the window and door bucks. But a big lumber cost that we have still coming at us after the trusses is the sheathing on the roof. So a bunch of OSB sheets.
Oh,
and as everybody knows, those are, anywhere, I don't know, give or take $50 maybe for
OSB.
We talked about potentially not doing it, but I don't know that I'm comfortable not doing it. So I think we're going to do it. And that's a lot of sheets of OSB and they are not cheap. So I would love to see lumber prices come down for that reason, separately apart from the trusses. So I'm still crossing my fingers.
Hi guys. What? Who's that?
Nice thumbnail, says Bill. Oh, Bill. Hey, welcome, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Hi, Bill.
Bill knows the picture.
Thank you.
Pedro says, I will message you on Instagram later. All right, Pam will get you on Instagram. But yeah, so we're going, Bill, I don't know if you saw all that discussion, heard all that discussion just now, but we got a quote from Southwest Trust. I think it's for the circumstances, I think it's somewhat reasonable, but their lead time is just crazy long. And I just don't know that I can live with that. So I'm waiting to see what I get back from 2 other places that I've asked for that claim they can do it faster. So we'll see. So that's where we're at on the trusses. It's sort of encouraging the way the process has gone so far. Oh, so Bill, so Southwest Trust gave me a number that's $4,400. But they said it'll be delivered in about 12 weeks, and they said we will. Yeah, so OSB is about $50. They said we will reprice this a week before we manufacture your trusses. So 4,400 is a number, but I don't know what that number means. If anything, it could be way more in 12 weeks. I don't know, or 10 weeks, or whenever they actually manufacture the trusses. And I don't really want to wait 12 weeks, so it's not a great situation.
Is the sound if the sound gets bad because of the wind, let us know.
We just got a little wind gust. Hopefully it won't be too bad.
We could walk this in if we have to.
Pedro says, I'm listening and watching, liking the progress. Great.
Is this unplugged? No, because
I only brought it out just in case the battery runs low.
Oh, okay. Because we're on the laptop. The laptop, as the kids used to call it.
OSB has gone down at 47. I saw 60 the other day. Yeah, so I mean.
Oh, can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Permission to speak.
Permission granted.
I don't know if he's out there or not. AJ. Oh, AJ. Is it AJ?
It is. Well, it's AJ's something is the channel. AJ's something.
AJ. Oh, well, it's AJ. If you're out there and if you hear this, thank you. He's been he's applauded twice.
Yes, AJ has applauded a couple of our videos, which is actually kind of like a donation
$10
videos,
each time. So thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Oh, Mom can hear the wind, but it's not too bad. Okay. All right. Let us know if it gets horrible
and
bad.
Then also,
we can quit early if it gets too bad.
We wanted to say happy birthday to Don at Affordable Desert Living.
Don's probably not on here. I think he's actually doing a birding trip with somebody right now, actually. But if he watches this after the fact, or if he can hear us, happy birthday, Don. I think we sent him a text.
And also my sister is, her birthday's today also. Connie, happy birthday if you're listening. She's not listening.
So that's what's going on with the trusses. And like I said, we have a good bit of other wood to buy. You know, we've got to make the window and door bucks. We've got to make the box beam for the top of the bales. We're going to have to sheathe the roof. So there's a lot more lumber out there to buy. Hopefully prices go down for lots of reasons. But at the moment, we're probably just going to have to bite the bullet. I hope it's not outrageous, but that's where we're at.
It is what it is.
Ooh, don't you hate that? What David says, what are you doing for fitness now that you aren't pound dirt into tires?
Oh, I should film him one day doing his. We both try to work out in the little RV there. It's pretty funny. Not at the same time.
I get random activity, and even though I'm not pounding tires, there's still plenty going on. But
I do the weight.
But I do try. I try every day to at least stretch. I'm getting older now. I try to stretch for a good, I have a routine that I go through for maybe 15 minutes or whatever. I try to stretch.
He will not fray from this routine. It has to be precise.
He will not fray from it.
Fray?
Stray, I think is the word.
He will not fray.
So I have a stretching routine that I try to do every day. It keeps me limber, keeps things from tightening up a bunch.
Me too. I also do the stretching, but I like to switch mine up. And I do, I hike around. I ride the bike. I do weights. What up?
So David saw the picture, I think that you had. I think it was a thumbnail on something, or I don't know if you put it on Instagram. It was you and I hugging. It was a long time ago, and I had an Oregon t-shirt on. Mm-hmm. That Oregon I did run track in high school. I ran cross country at college, but I did not go to Oregon. That was a gift from a friend.
He's very fast.
But if you know anything about track, I was a big fan of Steve Prefontaine, who went to Oregon. So that shirt I loved that shirt for a long time. I wore it out and had to get rid of it eventually, but I did love that shirt.
Your mom said.
Oh, he says I'm a retired track coach. Yeah, I loved track in high school. I ran the mile. I ran cross country when I went to college. They didn't have a track team. I would have run track. But
can I tell your mom she should move out here? Get rid of your place and move to Arizona so you don't have to mow anymore. You don't have to worry about a tractor.
Mom says you're not getting older because that would mean I'm getting older. Warren says to Bill and Yvonne, I guess I wasn't looking locally. My computer thinks I'm in New Jersey. Oh, yeah. Sometimes when you pull up the Lowe's and Home Depot and whatnot, they always think we're in California. So
desert living.
It's interesting that maybe Warren might be out on the road. But yeah, ours always jumps to California if you're not careful. So you have to tell it to come back to where we are.
We both have birthdays next month.
We do.
We're both in June.
As my mother knows, almost my whole family is next month, actually. So,
and I have a lot of family in June also. My son.
Next month is Christmas for us. Almost everybody's got a birthday next month. So
Christmas.
Well, it's like Christmas in June because everybody, everybody has their birthday. So
we get a lot, all those gifts we get.
Bill said I was at Lowe's the other day and realized how lucky we were to build the deck and roof last year. Definitely. I try to remind myself that I was lucky when I built that shed. I built that shed for, you couldn't come anywhere near that nowadays. And even the carport, which wasn't too long ago, and prices probably were going up. The carport is still a lot cheaper, I think, than it would be today for sure.
Your mom says she hates
June. So yeah, those of us who have done any projects in the past were real lucky to get some of those in, but.
Because you were born in June.
You looking younger than I am, Pedro says, and I'm only 48. I am younger than you. Not much, though.
He's 47.
I'm about to be 40,
I'm older
47.
Than you. I'm 9
I'll be 47 in about 2 weeks.
And I'll be 56.
So, oh gosh, no. In a week and a half, I'll be 47. So, yeah, I'm right behind you, Pedro.
I'm at the end of the month, so.
Anyway, that's what's going on with the build. Obviously, you'll notice it's not new work, but the video we put out yesterday was about our rainwater catchment. That's some old work, and you could tell by my clothes, maybe. It was a little cooler here.
Yeah, it was cool.
So I got that one out. Hopefully, you got a chance to watch it and like that one. And I'm going to follow that up with an interview with Rick, who sold us those tanks, where we basically just sat down and talked about basically the conversations we had before I purchased, and it was about how to size it and everything. So he gave me quite a different perspective than I had before I talked to him. So
Pedro says I think that's a younger good than you.
Oh, Warren's 56 too.
Oh yeah.
Good evening,
we're
folks,
the same
and hello
age.
to all in the chat tonight. RG Homestead, welcome.
Hello, RG.
And you look younger than Brian. Is that what you were saying? A lot of people say that. I think they're just being polite.
That's okay. I don't.
She's a lot older than me.
9 years older.
So yeah, we've got some videos. We got one just came out about the water. There's another one to follow about the water.
The wind's getting crazy, Brian.
It's not crazy, but the wind is blowing a little bit.
But it could make some noise in the.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So there will be another one, hopefully not too far behind, of when I actually get the pump equipment in place, which I haven't done yet. So.
Oh boy.
RG Homestead, if you just watching or involved in the chat, don't forget to hit the like button. It's free. Excellent. Thank you. And Craig hit it too. 22 watching and only 12 thumbs up. Pound that button.
Good job, Craig and RG. Wait, was it RG?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Craig's not we should have made Craig a moderator. I could make everybody in here a moderator pretty much. But,
thank you, Shirley.
So that's what's going on here. Like I said, I'll now that I've put those requests out, I'll kind of shift gears to back to Windows to try and get on to our next step. I'm really just crossing my fingers about the trusses.
It's Carly. It's Carly.
Hey,
hi.
Carly. Welcome. But with all the things that we have to do, I mean, again, maybe I'm crazy, but there is a path that gets us to having a roof before monsoon. It's tight, but there's a path there, and I hope we can make it happen. Craig Kerwood from Washington State. Welcome. That's a new name.
Hi there.
So that's what we're up to with the build. I think that might cover the build for the moment. What else you got? What else is going on?
I've been painting again.
Pam's painting some dogs
again.
I hear no window.
Oh, I made a planter out of a milk carton.
Yeah. Pam's in arts and crafts mode right now.
I made it into a little hanging pot thing. What?
You found something super cool recently. We haven't done it yet, or you haven't done it yet, but
tire.
You found something really neat.
Oh boy, here we go with my hair is going to go in my face.
Tell
tires.
Tell them about the tires.
So somebody, I think it was on Facebook, someone sent me a picture of a snake. It looks like a big snake, but it's made from tires. So we're going to do that sometime.
It is super cool. Hey, Jim and Jessica, notice the American Gothic. Excellent.
Oh, hey, Jim.
Warren says,
Jessica.
Thank you for the painting you did for Jill. Awesome.
Oh, thanks, Warren.
And Edward says, have you made a rodent protection decision for under the straw bales? I have not. I haven't.
Are they going to just come flying out when we pick up the bales? Oh my.
Hopefully, I don't really need.
Under there? You think something's living under there?
Let me know when you're done. Hopefully, I can. We don't have to worry about them under the bales specifically. I'm not sure if they're going into the bales, but yeah, as far as getting under the bales and into the kind of main room, no, we haven't made a decision yet. You're pushing on the getting done before the monsoon. Yes, we are. It's tight. It's tight. Something is living under there. Jim was just here.
Lizards and birds.
There's definitely activity.
But I haven't seen any mice or anything.
But birds are definitely flying in and out of there. There's definitely activity. But I don't know that anything's really made a home. And even if it had, I don't think it's the end of the world.
Nah.
Like I said, even if a couple of bales got kind of, messed with, we have 120. Some of them will be some of them will get chopped up essentially anyway. So I don't think it's the end of the world if we sacrifice a few bales. But as far as them being, sitting and waiting right now.
What's that say?
Paranormal activity. Pete, do you see that?
Outdoor cat, yeah.
A lot of people talk about outdoor cats.
I just don't want to get any pets.
We're not really the outdoor cat type. We're really done with pets. We're actually hoping in the future.
Because we travel.
What are we going to do about our rodent? What's going to be our rodent solution?
I can't remember.
An owl box.
Box.
We're hoping to do an owl box in the future.
It's been a long time since we talked about that.
An owl or owls kind of patrol our land. We think that would be a great thing.
Are you reading those?
We're only a couple behind.
Evening.
Lift the bale and slip your security camera under there.
April and Red from Off Grid Simple
welcome.
Living.
Beautiful evening. We are sitting outside too. Yeah, it's really nice.
It is.
And actually, it's clearing up kind of in front of us. It's hit and miss.
It looks nice.
Finally made another chat. On an even keel. Welcome again. Northern Arizona, if I recall, right up by Moses.
Yeah.
That channel name is super cool. I like that channel
name.
No
mice because the snakes have eaten them.
Okay, well, maybe.
We haven't seen any snakes yet.
It's entirely possible. So the bales are right over there. It's entirely possible for something to be in there, but I don't think it will hurt us for the storage. We definitely have to think of something to do to protect our floor once the place is built. We don't know yet.
Well, I have an idea that I don't know if this makes any difference, but the wind makes those tarps blow all the time, and it's almost like something's over there. So you know how a lot of people put wind chimes to scare away rodents. I think that tarp moving around constantly may scare the mice away.
It's just noise. Yeah.
Noise and movement.
I fully expect, I won't say expect, but it wouldn't surprise me if when we do go to pull the bales out, if we find a couple that maybe something's tunneled up into the bottom or whatever, or definitely, they're sitting on pallets. Yay, hi. I saw something over there.
What was that?
It's probably a lizard. They're sitting on pallets. I fully expect to find things kind of scurrying under those pallets, but I don't think they're going to tear up the bales, or at least not very many.
Whatever happens, I
think we'll be okay.
We can deal with it when it happens.
Somebody mentioned kind of the bucket trap for mice. For sure, we've used the bucket trap. Let's see, Central Northern AZ. Unfortunately, a bit far from most of the AZ YouTubers.
What does that one say at the bottom?
Warren says to David, sure, and he'll dig a 2-foot deep hole to put it in for a good base. So I think David said that up above. David said Green Dream Project can build a rodent-proof gabion around the whole project.
Gabion.
So let's see. Mom says steal one of those air blowing guys from a car lot.
I would love to have one of those. That would be cool.
So
put it out by make a garden.
Yeah, Bill. I know Bill and Yvonne have done the bucket trap. It definitely works.
Yeah, we did it, but I don't like to drown them. I'm not going to do that. That's horrible.
Jim said if you're not sure about the bales, I know someone will take them off your hands. Alan Key. Alan, you have to remind me. I don't remember where Alan's at. He said I had a huge mouse and rat problem in my farm when I first moved in. Sure. We definitely have mice here. We have one metal shed that's a little farther. Luckily it's a little ways away from the RV here. It definitely gets mice, and sometimes we fight them and sometimes we don't. We've had pack rats start to go after our vehicles. We think we've solved that problem with a little electronic device that attaches to the battery. We tried a couple of things. We tried mothballs. We tried smells like
mothballs are bad.
What's it, like peppermint and stuff like that?
Essential oils.
It didn't seem to stop them. But so far, at least, the electronic thing, which does a beep, high pitch kind of beep and
and it flashes like a strobe light.
Seems to have solved our problem. I hope that's for good. But yeah, so we've dealt with pack rats. We definitely have mice. We've had mice come close to getting in the RV a few times, but we've managed to keep them out. So we've been lucky, I think. So what else? RG Homestead on an even keel. I'll have to look at your channel later. I will always support Northern AZ as we are in the same area. Oh, RG Homestead is also in Northern Arizona.
We know a lot of people up there now.
I have to see the rodent problem up north. I haven't seen many rodents, but I think it's because of the coyotes on the property. Sure, natural predators.
We have a lot of, I've seen quite a few coyotes here.
Jim, if you need straw, contact me. I'll show you where Brian and Pam are keeping them. Says Bill. Unfortunately, Jim's been here and seen it in person. He knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, he had an opportunity. He had his chance.
Desert Living Homestead. We can't blame Jim for missing bales anymore. Alan's in West Virginia.
We have traps set up in there.
So Alan's in West Virginia. Thanks for joining us kind of late, Alan. My mom's out there too, and my dad. Does he still have to worry about those even after he muds them? Oh, she laughed. The bales. She's talking to Jim at Green Dream.
Oh.
Thanks for looking out.
I got bugs flying in my face.
We'll always take RG Homestead. Will always take some love. Finally got the building, so the property stuff will be getting started very soon. Awesome. No straw bale spoilers. I've been waiting patiently for your reveal. Yeah, we still don't know exactly how Jim's going to incorporate bales. It'll be interesting to see how Jim's going to incorporate bales on his. I'm looking forward to that. I know a guy with a working truck, says Bill. We're all sorry to hear about your truck, Jim. That is so sad.
Yeah, that's. Oh, well. Bill has a truck too.
He sure does. Anyway, let us know again if the wind gets bad. I think it's been all right. We're about 40 minutes in, so we can talk for a little longer. RG Homestead, you should have been in our house when we purchased it, and it was a big mess. Took 3 days to clean it out. Oh, wow.
With the mice, you mean?
That's a good question. You mean? Now? I guess I'm not sure. Is this on your property that you got? Are you bragging at the upside down side? Yeah, I was thinking that for a second. I hope he wasn't rubbing it into Jim. We feel so bad for Jim for his truck.
Yeah, it's always sad,
and it makes us all realize that we're all just one bad day away, right, from that kind of a disaster. It's scary.
Yeah, our truck is.
We count on those things.
It's a 2001.
Yeah, our truck is old, and we count on it for so much.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm worried now because of what happened.
I just try to be thankful every day that it does what it does. Is that we're so happy, and I just hope it keeps up. So
I wish I would have.
Oh, Pedro. Oh, what? Pedro is. Does Pedro have some mechanic in him? So Bill said, listen, I don't have much to brag about these days.
Totally enjoyed the water tank
on an even keel.
Delivery.
Oh, yeah. I have to change the mouse subject. No problem. We've
talked enough about mice.
Enjoyed the water tank delivery and explanation of the overflow system. Thank you. So, yeah, it was nice. You know, some people have already dealt with Rick at Oasis Water Harvesting. If you're in our area, he's down in the Sierra Vista area. He's really easy to work with. I think his prices are good. I think I've said this before, but those who maybe just shop online, it's easy to find prices that are cheaper just for tanks, but you really have to account for the fact that, you know, if those tanks are coming from like a Texas or East Coast or whatever, it can cost more than the tank costs to get it actually shipped to you. So I thought his prices were quite reasonable. He's very easy to work with. He talked me down basically from what I wanted to do. He actually talked me into something cheaper. He could have made more money off of me easily.
Yeah, so I think
I was really impressed with how he didn't just kind of go for the biggest. He could have had me buy something much bigger because I was prepared to.
Yeah,
I could have spent a lot more money. So I was really pleased with him, and so I'll continue.
I think he's a very honest guy.
And he spent quite a bit of time out here, as you could see on the video. He spent quite a bit of time walking through that stuff and kind of setting some things up for us. And that was all just kind of included in the cost. He might have charged me $1 or $2 for a couple of little fittings and things, but nothing major. And then after that, we did an interview where we sat and just talked, and that'll probably be our next video. But yeah, I think Rick's great. I was very pleased with him. So if anybody is in our area and is interested, I highly recommend Rick. I think he was great. So we'll trade truck for glass work. David Edward Tolson says. Yes, Pedro has some mechanic experience. Good to know.
I can't see as well.
I think Warren does as well. So we know a couple of people with mechanic experience out there.
I see that. All caps. Great work, Craig.
Watching, 19 likes. Yeah, hit that like button if you could.
The bugs are out here. I don't know if we'll be doing this again.
Bill says the next census in 10 years he'll be way too old for it. Jim, I have 2007 sitting California F-150 in very good condition. I'm selling for $1,700. That's wow.
2007?
Wow,
that's pretty good.
That's an excellent price. It's interesting.
That seems too good to be true.
Yeah, that sounds like a really low price. We paid a good bit more than that for one that's older than that. Now we've been really happy with it.
It has leather interior.
It is a 250, and it's anyway, we're really happy with our truck. I know Jim probably got a lot of flack on his Ford. You know, everybody's got their brand that they love. But we've been really happy with ours. I know my dad was always a Ford truck guy, so everybody's got their thing. Bill says I'll take it. Yeah, that sounds almost too good to be true, Pedro. What's wrong with that thing?
It's
I
windy.
bought it off the repo yard. There's a little bit of wind. Yell at us if it gets too bad. We can kind of stop.
It's bad.
It's bothering Pam.
Dry my eyeballs out as if they're not dry. Everything is dry in Arizona. My skin is. I've been putting lotion and it's still dry.
The temperature is beautiful here, by the way.
Dodge, baby.
I don't know what the actual number is. I'm going to guess we're right around 80 right now.
We used to have a Dodge too. I mean, a little Dodge.
We had a little Dakota back in the day. We had a Dodge Dakota
I love that
pickup.
I love that truck. That was. And then the Titan. That's a Nissan.
We had a Nissan Titan when we towed boats.
Oh, that was my favorite of all.
It was a nice truck. Of course, it was brand new, so it was a nice truck.
Oh, that thing was in excellent condition when we sold it. We take good care of our vehicles.
You mean found on the road dead, aka Ford? Yeah, that's found on road dead.
Found on road dead.
You've never heard that?
No.
Oh,
that's funny.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
New brakes, new transmission, perfect engine. Wow. Pedro, you're making a real case for this truck here.
Yeah, I like
Craig says Titan is a good truck. We were happy with ours. We didn't get a sense of how long it would have lasted because we only had it for, we didn't have it for that long. It was our boat towing truck. We probably had it, we owned boats for 7 years or so. So we probably had that truck for maybe 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, once we were done with boats, then we sold it.
And it was in great shape at the time, but we bought it brand new. So I don't know if it's that 20, 30-year truck that you're going to just beat the crap out of. I'm not sure, but we were happy with it. Fix or repair daily. That's another Ford one. My dad's probably loving these because my dad loves Ford. He's probably going nuts right now. So I always said that it was daily. Flip over road directions, drive, return on foot.
These are good ones. It's
I buy and sell car from repo yard. I do not buy salvage, only repos. Interesting. We currently own a salvage. We've done that a few times. It's worked out okay. This last one,
except for the heater,
has been a little bit of an annoyance.
We haven't been able to get the heater running on it. What's that? Oh, look! You look like an angel. What is that?
Look at that. That's my halo.
That's not the sun.
It's definitely not the sun. The sun's not over there. It's just the reflection of the sun.
I guess it's just because it's white.
Anyway,
a
little off topic, but that's fine. Anybody got any questions or anything? Anything else you want to talk about? We got a little more time if we want to. But I think we've covered everything that's going on. Mom's laughing.
I don't know what she's laughing at.
I'm not sure what she's laughing at.
I don't know what we're laughing about.
Yeah, so
hopefully will stick with my Toyota. I love Toyota. That's my favorite. But
send us an email.
I would like to have. I want a new.
Send Jim an email. He's in the market.
I want this new Toyota. That's I can't remember the name of it, but I like it. It's a.
Oh, it's a little like
Timmy.
crossover kind of thing.
Tim.
Oh, Timmy comments says, "Where's my swing?"
Tim's birthday's coming up. I want a swing too.
Pam wants to put a swing on the carport. Just hang a swing from the carport. So.
Oh, I put a swing on my wish list. It's a yoga swing.
It's a yoga swing.
It's called a yoga silk.
Yes, I have a halo and Pam has a storm cloud.
I have a black cloud over me at all times.
It's funny because I feel like I have a black cloud over me.
You do not. You're the luckiest person ever.
What else? Oh, I just wanted to say in general, it's not a huge sample size we've got here, but hopefully we're trying, I've said this a few times, we're trying to kind of change up our videos a little bit. We're trying to improve them, really. We're trying to get Pam's perspective on them. This last one was old footage, so it really was me just kind of droning on a little bit. But hopefully you noticed in our last couple of videos before that, I guess the ones with the sill plate, that we tried to mix up the footage a little more. We tried to get Pam's perspective in there, a little bit more comedy in there. So hopefully you guys like that a little better. Hopefully it's more fun to watch. And we're trying to put them out quicker. So hopefully people notice. Hopefully it's more fun for you guys. So we're trying to do that. We'll try and keep it up. It's tough, as those that make videos know. It's tough to keep that stuff up. So, but we're working on it.
Cochise, off-grid projects, morning coffee break over. Back to work.
All of you in Cochise. Oh, back to work, David. Thanks for joining us.
David, for stopping by. So stay classy.
Craig
Thanks
says,
for stopping by.
Craig says the clouds mean you're thinking about something, and Mom says dark thoughts. Brian break. Oh yeah, Jim noticed the Brian break. You'll probably be seeing a lot more of those. So what we've decided is, I understand
we're gonna chop Brian in half.
I understand that I tend to drone on when I describe things. Now I think it's really good information, but I realize it can get a little dry. So we're gonna try and probably break those up in the future and add a little comic relief. So hopefully that makes it a little more fun to watch. So let us know if you notice and if you enjoy it more. I hope you do.
I'm not that young anymore, but that's okay. Thank you.
She acts like a child.
I do act
often.
I have a really cute little clip that I took of Brian modeling his Wranglers. Yeah. Oh, that one.
I got some new work pants. Keep your eye out for that one. I'm gonna model some new work pants.
I want him to get him a Western shirt and a cowboy hat.
Pam's trying to turn me into a cowboy.
And some boots.
I'll tell you what. I will say this. I wouldn't mind having a cowboy hat out here sometimes. They're just practical, right?
You should.
Because I mean, I wear
a big sombrero.
First of all, I'm not.
Why don't you wear the big sombrero?
Well, it's not quite the same. I'm not much of a baseball cap guy. I do wear them when the sun is real bad out here because you need something kind of. But I gotta say, a cowboy hat would probably be really. It would make sense out here.
Sometimes he's out here with no hat, no glasses, and I'm like, how can you stand that?
The problem I have,
I don't mind it,
is that hats and sunglasses are usually just another place for sweat to collect and then kind of run into my face and something else I have to wipe off. So I prefer not wearing them.
Brian,
but I know I kind of have to.
Be a homesteader.
Got to look the part. Yeah. So in a video soon, you'll see probably just a little comic relief break where I've got some Wranglers. That should take you all back.
Don't give it away. Don't give too much away.
Well, you said it already. Glue on a big mustache, a big black mustache, Mom says.
With a sombrero.
Gotta protect yourself. You do.
Yes.
I prefer to work without that stuff, but sometimes the conditions get so rough that I'll force myself to.
Hey, I know
put that stuff on.
I know a funny story that we can tell. Now it's funny. So we'll save the last 5 minutes last few minutes can be funny story time. How about that? I just made that up. So one time when we were snow skiing and Brian didn't wear his goggles or goggles, right?
Well,
yeah. And I don't know what it was, but his eyeballs, like the whites of his eyes, got
I know what it was.
Sunburned.
I got incredibly burnt from the sun reflecting off the snow.
He didn't use sunblock or wear goggles.
It was bad.
So
it was bad.
The whites of his eyes were like blood red. And every time I looked at him, I couldn't help it. I would go, ew, or I would say, oh my gosh, your eyes are so red.
And not shockingly for Pam, she said it about 100 times. It got really annoying. Breathable brimmed hat with a neck drape is my go-to hat.
Oh, he has
I've actually been doing that some, especially in the worst of the weather. The problem I have with it is it needs washed often because of how much chaps. Because of how much of how much you sweat. Easy. Wow.
I hope I don't eat a bug because I'm getting hungry.
I might try and incorporate a bandana that I can maybe like rinse off or something and squeeze and use cold water and then put it on my head.
I have a bandana, like a do-rag. We should put it on you like a do-rag, and you could get a tattoo too.
I do.
Ow, I hit myself in the face.
I don't like to use any of that stuff, but sometimes you have to. It does get pretty rough out here. So, and
summer's
I
coming.
don't have exactly olive skin. My neck is getting pretty dark, but the rest of me gets pretty burnt.
What is your favorite?
Thanks, Mom.
Freckles. Hey, what is your favorite funny story? Do you know?
I can't just randomly pick out a funny story.
Why not?
I don't know.
Ninja outfit. Yeah. You could.
Too much info, Pam. What? Says people.
Who said that? Who said?
Pedro.
Too much info about what?
You said buttless chat.
Oh.
She's already forgotten.
On to the next.
Ninja outfit. Off-grid ninja.
Outfit.
Craig says off-grid ninja.
You can't think of one funny memory. I like to talk about.
Mom says you can put the bandana over your face and then go steal, STEEL, some dresses.
Steal. Am I gonna have to think of another funny story? You got nothing?
If you want, we're at 55 minutes. I mean, we don't have to keep going. But if you have a funny story you'd like to tell, that
I wanted you to come up with one.
Bad. Well,
all of them are bad.
I like them to just naturally flow. I'm not going to go looking for stories.
Oh, hello! You're coming at the tail end.
Awesome, Arizona! You caught us right at the end. Welcome.
Hey, that's okay.
Shirley is all about the 5-finger discounts, says Greg.
I can't think of any. They all involve bad things that people wouldn't want me to tell.
They don't all. That's just the ones that bounce around Pam's head most of the time. So
they I'll have to sit down and think of something, like write them out or something, because
I know. Keep going. I love laughing. Sorry I'm late. Love your progress. Thank you, Awesome Arizona.
Thank you.
We're happy to be making some. It feels like, well, I'm not going to say that we just sat around here doing nothing or that we regret sitting around here. I mean, I'm glad that we spent the time out here that we did. I'm glad, in one sense, I'm glad that we've taken a long time, because we really have gotten used to the land. We've changed our mind about several things. So I think we've settled into, the best use, the best positioning for a lot of things and stuff that maybe if we had tried to jump in from day one, we might have made a lot more mistakes. So I don't mind that we took some time, but yes, it is time to kind of get going. So we finally are, and that is nice. It feels good. Hopefully we can keep it up here for a little while and make some big progress in the near future here. So we have the potential to make some big progress. Hopefully we can pull it off.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Anything else?
I don't know.
That's probably about it.
I got nothing.
Thanks for all you do. Sun's out, buns out. Phil and Molly, welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for watching.
Phil?
Nice.
And Molly.
Anybody catch that? That's
Phil.
That's a good impersonation. If anybody out there can name the movie just from that one word.
We love to do movie quotes.
That's a pretty good impersonation. Phil?
Ned?
Nice.
Ned.
Yeah. Somebody ought to be able to get that. Good night, Jim and Jessica. Thanks for joining.
Hey,
Jim, can you get that movie reference? You might be one who might be able to pick that up. Jim? If you haven't left yet. I know Jim gets a lot of movie references too, but on an even keel, that is key. You need to get the feel for the land so you make the right decisions. I waited a whole year just so I could see the property in all its seasons before making decisions. That is wise. Obviously there's a time where you've gone too far, and maybe we pressed that. But I'm glad we feel a lot more comfortable with the land now, and I like the way things are shaping up. Yes, it was slow, but I like how it's working.
Does that say chips?
It does say chips and then chaps. After, but less chat. Yeah, sun out. Anyway.
Wow, it's really nice out here.
The weather is gorgeous.
Look at these clouds. They're really pretty.
The temperature is nice, real nice. So
projects with Paul. Hello.
Welcome, Paul. Say the word
again.
What's the word?
Oh, Phil?
Oh.
Ned?
Phil?
Why don't you just tell me what the movie is?
It's a movie reference. It's tough to get it off of one word. But
then I went to Seinfeld. Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie?
She did nail the impersonation pretty good.
I do a lot of movie quotes. We do a lot of movie quotes. Since we're wrapping up
It's when Phil and Ned meet on the street, if that helps at all. Needle-Nose Ned. Ned Ryerson.
Can I say the name of the movie?
We'll see if they get it from Phil and Ned meeting on the street. And
nobody?
In a place called Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney.
I'm giving big hints
Phil.
now. Anyway,
Good
Are we going to
choice.
sit out in chaps and eat chips? There's a lot of chaps and chips flying around.
Chips.
There it is. Craig got it.
Oh, good
It
one.
is Groundhog Day.
I already guessed.
Oh, did Jim say it? Did I miss it?
What?
I'm sorry if I missed it, Jim.
I don't think Jim said it.
Anyway.
He just said it in his head.
All right.
He said it to himself because he was already signing off.
So a couple of people go. Thanks. Anyway, yeah.
Thank
so
you.
we'll probably shut it down. We're pushing an hour.
Jim's number one.
If Jim said it, I missed it. Sorry.
We give you full credit, Jim.
But I guess we'll probably wrap it up unless somebody's got something specific. We appreciate everybody watching again. Hopefully the videos are getting more enjoyable and more timely. We'll try and keep it up. We appreciate everybody watching. We appreciate everybody stopping in.
Thank you, everybody. It was fun. It's always fun.
I guess that'll do it. All right, guys.
Y'all have
Thanks
a great
so much.
night.
Sorry for those that arrived late that were jumping off, but maybe we'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see everybody next time. Talk to you later.
Bye.